Today we'll read another book and it's called Tom Get Top of the Class Nearly.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, I will read all the things in the cover for you. Ha 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 ha. Me laughing out loud. Ha 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 ha. It's funny. Who plastic cups? Me plastic cup. Vote for me by Elpich, who was never top of the class. School test blue, getting up Mr. Woodstock. Okay, let's begin. Then she says, hi, and guess what, Tom? Might get a pet unicorn. But that's not going to happen to us. What does that mean? I want to know. If you can't say something nice, Stella, just keep quiet, Mom told her sternly. You'll be fine, Tom. Don't worry about a thing. That tells me again. I could hear Stella still laughing as she went upstairs. Ha 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 ha. Mom and Dad won't stop talking about the test even after Stella had left. I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine as long as you concentrate, Mom said. Blah blah. You do tend to get a bit distracted, Dad. As then were chatting, I suddenly thought a very important question. Can I ask you something? Ask away, Tom. Mom and Dad both said partially. What I really want to know is, yes, unicorns do actually exist, do they? No, Tom, they don't. Sorry, I thought so. Just checking. Mind you, if unicorns did exist, how good would they be? Here are some made-up pets I drew. Giant monster pet, mini monster pet, good for pockets to hold. Marcus not believe his eye. If not like I deliberately measured up my hands, things you didn't quite work out the way I thought they were going to be for sir. If Drake hasn't reminded me about the test on the way to school, I've forgotten all about it. Test? What test? It was written on the calendar, but Mom and Dad have been extra busy with work, so no one reminds me. It was today. It's a mock test, not the real one, Drake said as we kept walking. We have to do 2 tests, I asked. Yep, oh great. You haven't forgotten about a sleepover too, Drake checked with me. As if we had plans to write some dog zombie tunes in Norman. So I was looking forward to that. Here's what I did before the test, which didn't help much. Mr. Pullman told us we started the test after a break and we could read until then, which I for a bit until I got an idea for a job, but I still kept thinking about the test. No test. I know what is a great time. I thought about it at break times as well. Test. It looked Norman who said, who wants to try on my glasses? For me to stop thinking about it for a while. She was looking like a new sweeter when he put them on. Solid big head made the glasses look a lot smaller, and they made my eyes go all fuzzy. Where are you? Here. What I saw looking at Drake. What else you do if you lost your glasses? Glasses, Mars? I asked Norman as I handed back. Bump into things. Or in this case solid. When break was over and we went back to class, Mr. Fullerton had already put the test paper onto our desk. Oh, here we go, I whispered, groaning. Hear what happened during the test, the first thing that happened was Marcus said I was weird marks on my face. They on my nose too. I tried on normal glasses, maybe that my eyes were still fuzzy. I tried to explain this stupid that Marcus said, which I couldn't really argue with. Mr. Ferland gave us some introductions. Don't turn over the paper until I tell you to. Then write your names and your glasses at the top, please. He asked us a few other things about pens and paper and kind of things. We have everyththing we need for the test? I need the answer, sigh. I whispered to Ami, who sighed. Mr. Fulham told us to concentrate everyone. So that's what I did. I concentrated. Just not on the test. I wrote my name carefully and answered the first question. All good so far. But after the second question, my pen suddenly stopped working, which was annoying. I turned my paper over and scribbled really hard to try and get the pen working again. When I tried shaking the pen, Mr. Fulham wasn't looking, I couldn't have asked him for a new one, but he made really big point to say, does everyone have pen? That's word. Please check now because I don't want to handing out pens once you start. I said, yes, sir, please, because my pen was working then. I looked around to see if anyone else has a spare pen. Marcus won't lend me a pen, even if did have one. I glanced over to Ami's desk and she had a pen. So I tried to attract her attention by scribbling some more to prove that my pens had run out. It stopped it working. I whispered just as the pen started to work. Ami sighed and carried on with her test. I answered the next question that my pen stopped writing again. This time I wiped in couple which made ink come out. My test papers started looking a bit messy. All my French scrubbing pen shaking was starting to annoy Ami. She finally pushed her spare pen in my direction. Here, take it, she says. I chose my face to say thank you. Now I had a pen that where I could start answering the rest of the question. There was ink on the hand as well, which made a few sparkles on the paper, so I wrote, look, it's a face. That was an accident, sorry. I was about to get back and test when my foot began to itch. Like it was fine, maybe that's what was something. This time I saw bitting. I couldn't concentrate. I tried really hard to ignore my itching foot, but that didn't work. All I could thinking was about itchy foot. Why is my foot so itchy? I tried leaning on the side and scratched my foot with my hand, but I couldn't quite reach it, so I grabbed my pen and tried to push inside my sock. Then I decided the only thing to do was to take off my shoes and socks and have a proper scratch. After a few biscuit moments of scratching, I felt so much better. I sighed quite loudly. Sigh. And when I looked up, Ami was watching me. She shook her head and carried on doing the test. I forgot about I was using her pen to scratch with. All the pen shakily and foot scratching had taken a lot more test time than I thought. As I tried putting on my socks, on Marcus mantra started doing. Your foot smells sighs at me. Then Mr. Fulham told us to get on with the test. I managed to slip my phone into pocket, so Mr. Fulham didn't spot what I've been doing. When I finally got back to the some of the questions were really quite hard. Glancing at Ami's direction didn't help much as she was really on a different page. Then Mr. Fonse announced, you have 10 minutes to check your answers carefully. Check them. I haven't even started most of them. I try not to worry about when I'm in math. 10 minutes goes really slowly. I thought I have ages, but this 10 minutes would pass before I could get to the end of the page. Mr. Fuller was always saying, "Okay, everyone, put down your pens and turn your paper." Now I said, "Yes, Tom." I turned over my paper, which was covered in scribbled doodles drawing. If the doodle test, I'd be right at the top of the class, sure. That test was easy, wasn't it? Marcus said to me afterward. Sort of, I said. Then Marcus kept right. It's the easiest test I ever done in the whole entire life. It's so easy as even your sneaky feet didn't put me off. He told me what I'm doing and waffled his signs at me again. I had an itchy foot, which reminded me that I had still an army pen. I tried to give it back to her, but she says, "Keep it. You might need to scratch your other foot as well." As we left the classroom, Marcus was still saying stuff like, "I probably get top marks." I didn't say because I had a sneaky feeling that I hadn't done quite so well in the test. What happened after the test? Mom and Dad had been pretty relaxed about my test, right up until I got a letter from home. It might be useful for me to go to the special kind of classes. That they started asking questions about how I'm doing in school, and they wrote a note to Mr. Fuller in my school planner. Normally, I don't bother them with my planners, especially as they've been so busy with work. It's easier to write my own comments, parent comments. Tom is very good boy all the time. But all the sudden, Mom and Dad wrote this. "Mr. Fuller, how is Tom doing in class? Should we worry about the progress? Is there anything more we could do to help him?" Should we worry about his progress? Is there anything more we could do to help him? No choice for Tom ever. That would help him a lot. I really wanted to write that comment. I didn't, which was hard. Mom and Dad were even talking about coming to see Mr. Fuller about me. I told them there were loads of other kids doing catch-up classes, so they really didn't have to. I'm not the only one, honestly. In the end, they decided to wait until parents' evening, which Mom said was coming soon. Phew, I was glad about. Because my parents can be embarrassed when they come near my school. Okay, bye-bye. This is the end of this video. Bye-bye.